In a recent move, Russia officially announced a much-awaited Brics currency backed by blockchain technology, which is used for cryptocurrency, further accelerating the de-dollarization process. Russia is due to host this year's Brics summit in the Russian region of Kazan this summer. It is well known that the dollar dominates the world trade with more than 80% of the world transactions. However, the dollar's dominance is now threatened by the currency introduced by one of the world's most powerful economic bloc, BRICS, led by the rising powerful countries China, Russia, India, the United Arab Emirates, and Brazil. During last year's BRICS summit, Brazilian President Lula da Silva called on the bloc to create a common currency for mutual trade and investment. He said a BRICS currency would increase our payment options and reduce our vulnerabilities. Recently, in an interview on the Russian news agency TASS, Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov officially announced that the BRICS nations plan to develop a new payment system based on the blockchain. This sets the stage for further de-dollarization and could further undermine the dollar's status as the global reserve currency. Ushakov said, "We believe that creating an independent BRICS payment system is an important goal for the future, which could be based on state-of-the-art tools such as digital technologies and blockchain." Ushakov further added, "The system should be convenient for governments, businesses, and common people to use, as well as cost-effective and free of politics, and significantly without dollars." Work will continue to develop the contingent reserve arrangement, primarily regarding the use of currencies different from the US dollar. The BRICS bloc remains committed to increase its role in the international monetary and financial system. BRICS expansion makes the bloc even more powerful economically and can dominate trade using its own currency. BRICS is an economic cooperation bloc originally made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. As of January 1st, 2024, the bloc expanded to include Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Iran, and Ethiopia. More than 50 other nations have also expressed interest in BRICS membership. Russia has already increased the use of national currencies in its mutual trade with friendly countries to 75% and with China to 95%. Russia and China's trade value stands at $240 billion. BRICS nations have already made moves to move away from the dollar. Last April, China and Brazil announced a trade deal in their own currencies, completely bypassing the dollar. Under the deal, Brazil and China will carry out trade directly exchanging yuan for reais and reais for yuan instead of first converting to dollars. India and the United Arab Emirates also started to settle oil trade without converting local currencies to dollars for the first time. A BRICS currency payment system will definitely speed the move away from the dollar. Currently, most global trade moves through the SWIFT payment system. SWIFT operates as a global financial messaging service facilitating cross-border payments. As the SWIFT website puts it, SWIFT is the way the world moves value. Since the dollar serves as the world's reserve currency, SWIFT effectively facilitates an international dollar system. However, a lot of countries are not comfortable with the US maintaining that kind of economic clout. Before last year's BRICS summit, the bloc's South African ambassador Anil Suklal said the days of the dollar-centric world are over. That's a reality. We have a multipolar global trading system today. Why is BRICS launching its own currency? Why are the countries moving away from the dollar? Why is BRICS speeding up the de-dollarization? Are the reasons behind the de-dollarization real? The US and other Western countries aggressively sanctioned Russia in the wake of its invasion of Ukraine, locking Russia out of SWIFT financial system and freezing around $300 billion in Russian central bank assets. Now the US and other Western countries are considering seizing frozen Russian assets and using the proceeds to rebuild Ukraine. Treasury Secretary Secretary Janet Yellen recently voiced support for the idea. However, if you consider this move justifiable, it's important to understand the risk involved because the rest of the world is watching. It is seen around the world as the weaponization of the dollar as a foreign policy tool by the United States and other Western countries. So yes, most of the emerging countries now feel that the dollar is not reliable for their future transactions and finding ways to use other currencies. Brics currency is definitely an option for those countries to rid of the dollar. It is obvious for countries to be concerned that the US could pull the dollar rug out from under you. So why not pull out from the dollar system first? This is exactly what the BRICS nations are trying to do. However, the demise of dollar won't happen overnight. The BRICS nations are facing significant political and economic hurdles in their quest to exert more control over global finance, but they are working hard to move in that direction. The US and its allies should pay attention to their moves. Historically, nothing guarantees the dollar will maintain its dominance forever. BRICS countries comprise 45% of the world population, which is about 3.5 billion people, and if they will start using BRICS currency instead of the dollar, then it will make a huge impact on the United States economy. What are the ramifications of de-dollarization? What happens if the demand for dollars drops? What happens if BRICS nations and other countries decide they don't want to hold dollars anymore? It is known that the growing economic power of BRICS poses a direct threat to dollar dominance. This isn't just about a geopolitical power play. Any erosion of the dollar's status could have significant economic ramifications for the average American because the global financial system runs on dollars. The world needs a lot of them, and the United States depends on this global demand to underpin its excessive borrowing and spending. The only reason the US can borrow, spend, and run massive budget deficits is because of the dollar's role as the world reserve currency. It creates a built-in global demand for dollars and dollar-dominated assets. This absorbs the Federal Reserve's money creation and helps maintain dollar strength despite the Federal Reserve's inflationary policies. A de-dollarization of the world economy would cause the value of the US currency to crash and likely spark a currency crisis. You and I would feel the impact of more price inflation eating away at the purchasing power of the dollar. It could even lead to hyperinflation. The BRICS currency is officially announced and it is in the developing phase right now and will take a few years to come into effect on the ground because it's a complicated process to implement a new currency for international trade. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for new videos on important international topics.